Part of the exchange program involved me visiting with people in Ottawa. The coordinator and the head of the international exchange program from Canada was a lady by the name of Mrs. Polly Hill, who lived in Ottawa and had a cottage just south of Ottawa on the Big Rideau Lake. Really nice cottage that I would enjoy as a young boy, swimming there and water skiing and more swimming and so on. It was great. It was wonderful. It was like breaking through the walls of the residential school to realize that, hey, I could enjoy life, I could have fun, I can be free. I can be free to have fun, enjoy life. That's what that was about, at least for me at a young age, 12 years old, sitting or enjoying that cottage of the Hills Cottage in Big Rideau Lake, Portland, Ontario, just south of Ottawa. Summer of 1968. Meanwhile, in the back of my mind at that time was me trying to get away from Mr. Hands and how he inflicted pain on me that would affect me not only as a child but many years later into my adulthood to this day. Breaking free from that cycle of abuse at that time. And here I am in Ottawa, or in my friend's cottage, back in 1968. 25 years later, I'm sitting at the same cottage in 1993. Summer of 1993, I was on a holiday with my young family. In the summer of 1993, my son would have been 13, my daughter would have been 11 that summer. We're having a great time visiting Mrs. Hill and her family at their cottage in Ottawa. It was a Saturday, it was a weekend. And being interested in news as a journalist, of course, I'm reading the Toronto Star. And the weekend edition is a very thick edition. And I'm reading through the Toronto Star at that cottage. 25 years later, same cottage, I'm looking through the Toronto Star, flipping through the pages. Buried somewhere in the Ontario section of the paper was a little story. Headline, Priest Suspended. I looked. Kingston, Ontario. And it was Leonard Hands' name in the paper, being suspended from his parish as a priest for allegedly abusing a young boy in his parish at that time, 25 years later. And I thought, oh my God, that guy's still at it. He's still doing the same thing 25 years later. Not at Pelican, but at his parish in Kingston. I couldn't believe it. And here I was, at the same place, Mrs. Hill's beautiful cottage on beautiful Big Rideau Lake, was almost like a place of refuge for me. But yet, 25 years later, I'm reading about the same man, who did the same thing at the residential school that I had been to. But this time I was with my children. And I thought about my children that time. I was about the age, they were at that time, 11 and 13, when I was going through the same things that little boy in Kingston was allegedly going through with the same man. I thought, wow, this can't be coincidence. And so that point marked the beginning of a long legal process that involved police investigation, going through preliminary trial, more police investigation, more disclosures, and went on and on and on. And wow, why did it happen that I would pick up that newspaper at a house of refuge? It just baffled me to no end to think about, why did that happen? Was it coincidence? I don't know.